We're going to be doing something a wee bit different today. We're going to be making some jewelry. I want a torque. I'm not going to pay someone else to make one for me. How I roll. But there is going to be a distinct difference in what I'm going to be making versus your standard torque, because of course there is. Why would I do plain Jane normal? We don't really do normal here, do we? No. So, my goal, my plan, so I'm eating these fries and getting set up. Oh, those are chilly. Need to warm those up a little bit so they're not so brutal on the hands. But I want to take a piece of 1/4 inch square stock, and I did this earlier this week on a live. You can see the inlaid copper. Now it goes up and around. So we made some gravers. I found they were a little too chunky. I made one that's much thinner. Should be able to get in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to upset some steel at the ends, because I kind of want to, like, at the terminals, I wanted it to kind of swell up a little bit and then taper, and then I'll do like a nice little scroll. And then we're going to inlay the copper, twist it, bend it into shape, because we're going to have to anneal this quite a few times, I believe, so the copper doesn't get all wonky. Didn't do that on my last one. On the test, it got a little off. So we're going to try that and see how things work out. Like that. So let me grab my tape measure. We'll measure my neck. And we'll start laying things out. And Maya Udu. Hello, sir. Hello there, Maya. How are we doing? It's still colder than Dickens in here. I started this fire a wee bit to try and warm things up, and it's just not working. And K-Pop Forever, hi. And Siren Head Kiddo, hello. What is this live about? I'm going to try and make a torque out of steel and inlay it with copper. So cold these days, I'm freezing up all this time. Yeah, it's chilly out. It's definitely chilly out. We're working on a torque, which is a Celtic type necklace. It's mostly going to be inlay practice, because I want to inlay copper into it and twist it around. Let's see. My English isn't very good. I am Portuguese. Well, my Portuguese, I'm sure, is worse than your English. You're doing quite fine. Good. So let me go get that fabric tape. Well, check my neck diameter. That's step one. Where did I put it? Here it is. Whew. This is even cold. What we making? And then no. Are you doing tools? No, I am making a torque, which is a Celtic type necklace. So, and really, Maya, but where are you from? Madrid. All right, so let's see. Oh, that's cold on the neck. Oh boy. Let's do it like right around there. About 20 inches. I think earlier I got 17. Might be catching a piece of fabric or something. Oh, it's chilly, y'all. Oh. Yeah, that's 17. Oh. 17 inches. All right. Let's get that back up and get that neck warm. Goodness gracious. And today we're going to be running a wood fire for probably most of it, because I don't think we need to get anything too intense in here. So, here's our piece of stock. And I need a marker. Portugal, do I know Stray Kids? Nope. You guys are all talking about stuff. Whoop, that's awesome. All right, so I want to do, say, 2 inches, right? It should be more than enough. I'm probably going to end up cutting that shorter. And then 17, which would land us at 19 inches. And then 21, because there are the 2 inches. My English is bad. Everyone says their English is, can I do a doghouse? I can. I do woodworking, blacksmithing, leatherworking, 3D printing, engraving, laser cutting, vinyl work, architectural drafting, Korean. I do not speak any Korean. Well, I speak a little Korean. Not much, though. Not much at all. I do speak a little Korean. All right, so let's get this cut. Yeah, I took Tong Sudo. And as part of the training regimen, we were required to learn some Korean. That's our leftover piece. Oh, we got the grinder here. Might as well chamfer these edges, right? Right. Okay. Now this will go into the fire, and we will switch over to the other camera until we are ready to... Oh, those are nice and warm now. Not hot, but nice and warm. These are the graves that we made on the last live stream. Let's get that in there. Add some more wood to the fire. So we can get it nice and warm. And K-pop forever. Bye. See ya, man. Are you talking about Mr. Nova? I don't know. Sir, what part of America are you from? I am in Northeast Right now, I wish it were summer, or at least springtime. Just, you know, somewhere where the air doesn't hurt to be outside. Take you up. Charge. Whoop. Nope. Bad. There. Did I lose you? Did I lose the voice? All right. Let's get this over here and get this set up. A little scatterbrain today. Not too bad, I don't think. Well, my hand warmed up and the glove warmed up before I put my hand in there. Cold hand and cold glove is going to be a miserable 20 minutes. Whew. Maybe if we have enough time, we'll finish working on those railroad knives. Couple more fries, because why not? See where we're at here. All right. Much better if I had like a nice pinpoint torch that would work well. No, that's not hot enough yet. Not nearly hot enough. This is a dying art, blacksmith. Yeah, it definitely can't. See, there's been a big revival in it, though, so it's not as dying and dead as people think. It's going to take a bit too. Good to see you doing this, Knightsmith. Well, thank you, thank you. Be much better. Don't freeze you off. Listen, it's cold today. I wish this were vape smoke coming out of my mouth the entire time, but it's just cold. You know, we could try. We could try to use the torch to heat this up, but I don't think it's gonna work how we want it to. But might be worth a shot, yeah. Can see that it's cold. Yeah, right. Maybe the cold will work to my advantage and help me isolate the the heat on the steel. You never know. You never know. So I really just want to upset this one section down here. Railroad steel is good for making swords. So the steel from the actual rails is, but like railroad spikes are not. Well, they're good for making some fun stuff, for real, yeah. And where's the copper? Here's the copper. I got to strip the insulation off of here. I want to get this upset first, because this is going to be, I think, the most difficult part of the process. I think my bottle froze. Hoard copper. Have a great day, bud. Well, thank you. All right, so I guess that's not going to work. That's not getting hot enough. Well, all right. Since that's not going to work, move on to plan B. Now let me get some Daikin so we can do some layout lines on this. Whoop. Let me grab a scribe. Scribe, and do I have a compass or a divider? I should. I do. I know you don't see me reaching for many measuring tools. On the plus side, this means I can take these out of my ears for a little bit. I really dislike having stuff in my ears if I can avoid it. So let's get all this taken care of. We'll get some Dykem on this on all four sides. We'll go from there. And Dykem is just a layout fluid for steel. I get it in blue. I think you can get it in red as well. I like the blue. I know you almost never see me using layout fluid. All right, somebody sent me a message that had to be redacted. And Kevin VR. Hello, Kevin. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to let that dry for a few minutes. Well, that's drying. We're going to... Oh, I did. Kenez VR. Sorry. For whatever reason, I thought you were Kevin. All right. I know there's better ways to do this, but I'm only doing a short piece. What, 4 feet, 5 feet? And this will give us more than enough for what we need for our little project today. Take all the paper insulation, toss it right in there. I'll just curl this up, and we're just gonna burn this insulation off because it's just such a small amount. But if I were doing this on a bigger scale, I probably would be using cutoffs from electrical jobs. And then maybe I would be. You never know. Let's get that pumped up. Take some more wood and toss it in there. And we could finish off this. Because we will need this copper to be dead soft, and we're going to have to soften it a few times throughout this process. Let's get all that insulation off it. This last back is going to need some fluid as well. Okay. And MD Cannon, how are we doing today? Halfway so I don't lose it here. Well, I'm not going to lose it, but I will forget it. Forgot it last week, and I was very upset with myself. And Alan, how's it going today, Chris? Not too bad. I am cold. Otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, man? Upsetting thin steel is very difficult in the winter, I am finding out. Nice blue flame. Oh, you can't really see the blue. There you go. That's all that copper in there. Let's see how that insulation's doing. There's still enough on there that I don't like it. Playing around with Orca and Tinkercad. Ooh, fun stuff. Today I'm making a torque. I'm going to try and inlay some copper in it. I have a test piece we did here on the last live stream. I made some gravers. And so we're going to try and inlay some copper into it. Just like I did here. Give a nice little twistaroo. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. That way I have a nice like contrast between the copper and some blackened metal, some blackened steel. And we're going to take the finials and put a nice little scroll on them. I think it'd be real pretty. If it turns out well, I'll make, more. Half hour, we haven't really done anything. Awesome, right? But I think my first inlay turned out rather successful. And that burn insulation stinks. Good news is it's almost all gone. If I do more than 1 or 2 of these, though, I'm going to have to find a better way to get rid of this insulation. I can't do this all the time. You know? And this is a lot more copper than I'm going to need for one of these necklaces. So, skateboard, what am I doing? I am making a torque, which is a Celtic necklace. I am going to inlay copper into 4 sides of a steel rod, twist it, and make it pretty. Right now, I just got the layout fluid on this guy, so we'll be putting the lines on that here in just a moment. And I'm burning off all the insulation on the copper. Subsequently, it's also getting the copper dead soft, which is what we need. That's cool. Well, thank you. All right, well, this is pretty close to getting cleaned off. We'll toss this on the ice bucket here in a minute. Let's get it nice and hot first. Let's see if we can make some of this copper glue. Cool thing is, this is mostly, it's not really cool, but the nice thing is this is mostly quiet work. Let's get this copper nice and hot. Yeah, fire. Turn you a little bit more towards the business end, at least right now. I'll just use this to scoop it up. Nice glowing copper wire. And Alan, you got my filament now to get my STLs and start printing. Yeah. I need to clean out my 3D printer really good so I can get back to work on stuff for that. I'm gonna let that really cool off. Give it a minute. While we're waiting on that, let's do the layout lines on this guy. So I think the best way to show you all how we're going to do that. And 808 Hawaiian. Aloha from Hawaii. Hello from Scranton, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Not quite Scranton, but close enough. Got that guy. Should be able to point that down rather good. There we go. So, here's what we've got. That's dry at least. We're going to set this is 1/4 inch, right? Yeah. So we need to set this to 1/8. And then we should be able to get this scribed in nicely. Doesn't have to be perfectly in the center, but the nicer we can make it, the nicer it's going to turn out, you know? be the last side. Yep. All right, so we got all 4 sides scribed. I still want to take 2 inches from either side. We'll worry about the finer points a little later. That's about where we're going to want the channel to stop. You know, it's a little bit fiddly and kind of hard to see, but I can see it well enough. So I think next, and I'm making a lot of this up as I go. Burning off that insulation kind of gave me a bit of a headache. Great. Hello, sunshine. Hello, hello. So, I think the next step would be to cut the channels, right? Yeah. All right, we'll cut and chisel out the channels. Oh, some beard hair stuck in my mouth. Well, yeah, we'll cut and chisel out the channels to get everything ready for inlay. And then we'll take those ends and hammer them down into a nice taper. And then we should be able to do all the inlays, clean it off, right? And we'll progressively increase the heat to make sure it's a nice dull red, medium red. You don't want to get too hot. You don't want to get too cold. It'll twist the whole thing. Then we'll throw it back in the fire to soften that copper again, because that'll work hard in it. So we got to soften it between every step. Otherwise, it's going to screw up. And I want to wear this. So I want this to look nice, you know? And then, once it's softened again, we'll try and heat it up gently and bend it around the horn of the anvil into the shape of a necklace. Polish it. Heat it up one last time so I can hot wax it. And that should let the that should turn the steel a nice dark, not quite black, but kind of like a gunmetal, and letting that copper really pop, you know? Yeah. I think that's how we're going to run things. 40 minutes and we've barely done anything. We've done stuff, but not as much as I'd like to. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, my hands are smoking. Okay, so what we'll do, take the camera from here, move it over there. It will cut all these lines in with the angle grinder. That's how we did this last week. I won't be paying attention to y'all very much because I kind of really need to focus on this. Once we get that cut, we'll do the graving for the inlay. I think we'll be on pretty good track. We can plug this back in. You should be able to see me from a relatively safe angle. You can still see what I'm doing too. Beautiful. And Jen, I thought you were going to miss me this time. Turn the whole thing this way. Yeah. Take this, mount it carefully in there. Probably should do this on something a little bit thicker, but or I should be using a Dremel to do this. Where's the fun without the challenge? Right? So let's do this. We'll take this hat off for now. Oh, it's chilly in here. Put the hood back up. We're not exactly aiming for perfection, but we're going to try and get as close as we can. I got a little off kilter. We did pretty good by and large in the first pass. Little drift. That's okay though. That's why I wear the first one, you know? It's handmade, hand-forged jewelry, so it doesn't have to be perfectly perfect. To the next side. I'll heat in that fire there. I'm so cold right now. Y'all, it ain't even funny. two sides. Feel free to share this on Facebook and everywhere else too. The more engagement we get, the more fun these chats are. If we're done on this. Much better. And the one advantage using the grinder does give me is that it's a very toothy cut in there. So just by itself, it helps with the inlay. Ooh. Which is good because let's be honest, I need all the help I can get. All right, this will be the final on that. Then we'll take that copper out. We'll clean that copper, get straightened, and go from there. This is, that piece is long enough. This is already soft. That's good. Once more. Once more, feeling. All right. There we go. All four sides have channels in them now. All approximately the same size, depth, and location. A few more pieces of wood for that. So we do need to keep this fire going. It doesn't have to be super hot today, but it does need to keep going. We might have to cut another stack of this off too. We'll see. Sometimes it's nice to be able to work by a wood fire though. Now, should I forge these ends down first? Let me do the inlay, or not the inlay, but let me do the engraving part of this first. Then we'll do the ends. Then we'll do the inlay, and then that's how we that's how we'll do it. So let me get this back into here. Now this is going to be the tedious part of this. Not sure if it's better to have you over here or over here. I don't know. Hello, my sunshine. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba. It's a very strange song. You know the origins of it? It was meant to mock talking on a telephone. Now, earlier this week, we determined that these were too big to do this specific task. So last time, we made one that is much thinner on the blade profile. Let's see how this guy works out. Hopefully, there's still enough meat in there to give me a reliable point. I think there will be. All right. We chase some of this out first with, oh, and fall point down. Nope, that's good. Let me chase some of this out with some of the bigger guys first, and then we'll go back with that thinner dude. I think I should try to do this in one big go. I think what I should be doing is really getting this in here and clamping the dickens out of it. Just as a one section, you know? It is very nice being able to work by firelight. I know I have lights above me and stuff, but having that fire there just, it's a little bit of warmth in my face, but just the ambiance is nice. If that makes sense. These do pull out some pretty nice chips, though. I do have to say that. Probably not as good as like a regular professional engraver. You know what we'll do? We'll do this for one, and we'll hook up the Dremel and try and cut like a little V or undercut using that. We'll see which one works best when we do the twisting. Because we're what, already an hour into this? This guy's dull already. Oh, chiseling into steel is difficult, even though this is mild. Yeah, we're dull. Let's see. Stop that racket. What racket are you talking about? Where you're in a forge, lady. You're in a smithy. There's got to be noise. Yeah, this is dulling pretty quick. These might be better for for doing precious metals. Thanks. I got one more that we can work on, and then we'll probably be switching over to the Dremel for the rest. At least that'll be a good test. See what's what, you know? They're a lot sharper the other day. Huh. Well, maybe I just need to work on my heat treating process a little better, because this is all coil spring. Where's my Dremel? Und where is my Dremel? I was not anticipating this. At all. It's not in there. It should be, but it's not. It really should be in here, and it's not. Where the hell did it get to? Here it is. How is it in there? Who knows? Message redacted. Oh boy. Hope you realize I really don't care. And I'm just joking around, right? Nothing here is all that serious. At least of all me. Oh, I got two. I got the big collet or the small collet. Let me go find a appropriate size collet. Because I'm not. Well, clearly, I'm not prepared for any of this. It's not going according to plan. Like, not even remotely. Probably should have this out and available. Oh, this bit. I hate this bit. You 100% serious? Yeah, I'm not serious at all. Gotta have fun with it, right? I mean, if you're gonna come on here and act a fool, at least be funny about it. It's thinner. Not really. About the same size. Do like these guys. Oh, there's that one. All right, beautiful. Should give me enough. I just need to get a little undercut. It doesn't need to be massive, you know? That's just so that the copper can squish into it. Here's more of those discs. This is more than enough. All right. Something much better. I like that. All right, well, not in here. So let me go. This is why you need to be here to organize me. Then maybe I'll be able to find half the shit I need. I won't be able to, but we can pretend. Now, it's not that I have undiagnosed and unmedicated ADHD. It's that you're not here, and that's why I can't find things. Yeah, that's totally the reason. I'll go get this guy. Now this little case I made for my Dremel shit. Let's see. On my way. Well, it's about time. I take 3 to 7 business years to get here. Should be the right collet. Ideally. Let's see. All right, Grumpy. Hey, you were the one who said you're on your way. I can't be held liable for what you're saying. Nor can I. I think this is the ticket, guys. At least I hope it is. Time to take this back off. Hello, handsome. Hello, nurse. All right. So we're probably going to be doing this by hand. Let's take this guy and pop him up. We'll undo this. We'll just get this guy in there. Just like that. Take this out. Put that in. Yeah. Whoop. That was not good. No, we'll hang it from here. That works, right? Right. I'll put my earplugs in because this is loud. Where did I put them? Around here. It'd be nice if I kept track of it. All right. I think we're getting there. Okay. Come on. We're getting there, folks. It's not as quite as flashy as I thought it was going to be, but we're getting there. Okay. All right, I think this channel didn't get done at all. Do this last one. And then we're done. We can move on to the next step. Hour and 20 minutes. Oh boy. All right, well, get done. All right. So far, very little of this has gone according to plan. That's okay. That's why we have all these tools. To adapt and overcome. All right, next step. Let's retrieve that copper, clean it off, flatten it a little bit, just to help it seat in. No. Before we touch the copper, let's get this fire going again so we can get these ends tapered. Then we can do the copper, do a quick cleanup, and then twist it. We're almost there. I hope. Did let this fire kind of go out. No, it's not out. Just low. One moment, let me just cut some more wood for this, and we'll be on to the next step again. All right. I told y'all this is going to be a weird day. Wasn't going to be a normal smithing project. This is half smithing, half jewelry making. We need a fire going because we need to soften this like 3 or 4 times throughout this whole process, the copper at least. All right, now I'm going to switch you back over to the normal camera, and we're going to forge those ends down. We're not going to put little curly cues on them yet, but we are going to forge them down. Now we've got those channels in there. Let's get that going. Let's take y'all from here. So there's 2 people in here. Where is everyone from today? And what projects are y'all working on? Not hot enough yet. Some more wood, toss it on there. 11 people in here. Awesome. Where y'all from? I know I'm drawing this out longer than I want than normal, but I want to get a nice, good spiral for the finials. We're getting there. And yes, clearly you can forge with just wood. That's one of the benefits of having a solid fuel forge. Wood, charcoal, coal, you can run it all. Gas forge, you have to use a certain type of gas. All right, now we'll round that over. We'll switch to the other side. Yeah, what am I making? I'm making a torque, which is a Celtic necklace, basically. I put the channels, the slots in there because I want to inlay copper into it and give it a twist. I think it'll look really pretty. So, I'm working on the finials now. I just want to get them drawn out. I'll try and get my stamp in here as well. That's pretty good. It transitions nice up to nice back up to square there. Let's cool that off and we'll switch to the other side. All right, might as well fish this copper out. Yep. And that was all that copper wire. Still a little warm. Let's grab this. Go. Good enough. On to the other side. I've had this thought in my head for a couple of years, so it's nice to be able to finally, like, work it out. It's not going quite how I expected, because there are a few things I did want to do a little differently, but it is what it is. We got someone else in the chat here. RC Aircraft 100 said hi. Hello, RC Aircraft. How are we doing today? Not there yet. There we go. Last night I felt kind of like an ass. I had went to a party, right? And apparently one of the parents there recognized me from doing the Arts on Fire when his son took one of my classes. He walked up to me. Oh, you remember me? No. He explained the whole thing. It's like, dude, I'm sorry, but there's like 800 people that came through that on that day, so I don't remember almost anything from it. I was so stupid busy. And hello, I'm back. Do you remember me? Yeah, you were up here earlier in the show, right? Welcome back. But like, dude, I barely remember what I had for breakfast, or if I even ate breakfast. I still felt bad, but like this side, we're about an inch over the anvil. We got to go a little bit further. One more round of this, maybe two, and then we can start doing the inlay. So, got a bit of a story for you the other day. Yeah, from, was it Friday? Friday. I came to the shop. I think I did a live stream. Pretty sure I did. That's when I did the that new graver. Anyways, so I do live stream. My partner's in the car. We go home, right? Well, pull up to my house, and I look down at the neighbors, down the block, and I see sparks coming out of their house. So I'm watching. I'm a little curious. Usually sparks coming out of a house is a bad thing. As I'm watching, someone turns on the block, and I see them start drifting as they're getting closer, like they're drifting towards me. So I'm trying to get the guy's attention, or the person's attention. Hold on. One more heat. Anyway, so I try to get the person's attention, Screaming like, hey, hey. Anyways, I have to jump out of the way. He almost hits me, almost hits my partner's car. And then he proceeds to hit my car and scrape nice and gently all along the side of it. I'm a little taken aback. Then that person decides to drive off. So my fat ass starts, running down the street. I managed to get a couple pictures of the car and kind of got a picture of the plate. But the cop said the plate didn't come back mashing anybody for a hit and run. So yeah, that was my Friday night, and then Saturday night I had to deal with the insurance company. Or Saturday I had to deal with the insurance company and all this other jazz, so I wasn't able to get down here yesterday. I've had a very busy break. Close enough. So yeah, luckily no one was hurt, but like that's the second hit and run on my car in front of my house within a year. Can't believe it. I can't believe how indecent some people are. Like, all right, you screwed up, you hit my car. It sucks. But then to drive away, like, I just don't understand people. It's pretty close. All right. Now, good there. Next thing I'm going to try and do is put my maker's mark right there. Still a little heat in this, so we'll see if we can get it lined up to make it happen. I don't know if we can or not, but we should try. Where did I put that bloody thing? There it is. Quarter-inch stamp on a quarter-inch plate. Oh, we sort of got it. Not exactly, but that's fine. I know we're not going to get perfection. That's pretty close, though. Now, onto the copper. Three nice long strands here. Oh, look at how beautifully soft this is. All right, so let's clean this real quick. And we'll get it all in there. We're going to clean this by just running some sandpaper up and down it. I'm going to go grab a piece. I'll be right back. One moment. Excuse me. Thank you. Pardon me. Okay. And coming back through. So I want to get this wrapped up at a reasonable time too, because I have a bunch of stuff to do today. Come on. These strands separated here. I want to be kind of careful not to kink it up too much because I don't want to add too much stress to it. Okay, so with that, let's make this into some manageable pieces. There's one. Call that 2. Got another piece over here from the other day. Is this long enough? No. So grab another piece from here. I was trying to keep this at about 2 hours today, but I'm so close to getting this done. I think I'm going to run a little over just to get it finished. Hope you all don't mind too much. Three and 4. All right. Now we can actually start doing the inlay part. I know this has basically all been preamble for that, but now we can start it up. Just a couple more pieces of wood on that fire just to keep it rolling here. Who else is in here? Someone just popped in. Let's say Jose Bermuenduez. Jimenez said hi. Hello, Jose. How are we doing? Okay, let's see. We can drop this down again so you can better see what's going on. Right. And this guy here, we'll take, what is it? What's that hammer? There it is. Take a smaller hammer here. Start the inlay. Start right here. We're going to get the bigger hammer. Screw this. Come on. There we go. All right, almost there. It's the first side. That looks pretty good in there, folks. Go to the next one. Good work. Thank you. Trauma Shaman, how we doing, man? Now let's get to the next one. Let's take this. We should be able to break this off right up here. All right. Let's just give this a little couple tappy tappies just to be good about it, right? All right. Now on to the next piece. Mm-hmm. Who else is in here? Wayne Pierre. Hello. Oh boy. Just run down this whole thing, make sure we're all set. Oh, go on to the next side. All right, let's take this bit of wire here off the end. Give this a couple good thwacks. With this side too. All right. Half done. Getting close to where we want to be. Getting very close to where we want to be. One more side. We've almost got this thing all filled. All right, so let's go down here. Who else is in here now? Wayne Pierce said hello, and so did Carlos Riviera de Nero. I don't know. I'm kind of running out of time here because I wanted it to be less than 2 hours, but we're starting to go over here a little bit. Mostly because the gravers I made didn't work. Now they should have, so I had to pivot. Take off that end. Let's just seat this down here again. There we go, front to back. All right. And Andre C. Fredericks, hello. All right, so I'm going to cut some more wood because I don't think I have enough here. Because we still got to curl the ends, right? Which that'll take a couple minutes. And then we got to get this whole thing hot and twisted. So that'll take a couple minutes. So let me go cut another chunk of wood. Fire, good. And then I'll switch the power from the saw to my grinder here. We'll get this cleaned up. And we'll twist things, curl things, twist things, and we're almost there. Very close to being done. So got the wood. We got the power. All right. You know, let's not screw around with this. Let's put on the big belt. That's what we wind up with. It's gonna get a little warm. Whew. Too hot. What am I making? And hello, Pima. I'm making a torque. I'm inlaying copper into some 1/4 inch bar. Now I'm cleaning it up. I'm going to do little finials. And yeah. All right, you know what though? This is supposed to be a 2-hour stream. And we have far exceeded that now. So, and it's getting too hot to touch. But this is where we got to. We got all the inlay done. We just got to clean it up. Strangely, my maker's mark also got filled. Where is it? There. So, but this is getting too hot for me to handle. So we're gonna have to call this a day, unfortunately. So guys, so we gotta leave before the project is done, but that's how it works sometimes. All right, Pima. You have yourself a nice day, man. Yeah, let me get this kind of pulled apart so it'll die. So y'all, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section. If you want to do a custom commission, go to knightsmith.sales@gmail.com. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that happy stuff. And we'll be finishing this soon. We'll probably do I don't think we'll do a midweek live stream, but Sunday, this coming Sunday, we'll finish this. There's still a few steps left. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And thank you for helping make this world better. One kerf at a time, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.